Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. I recently just saw Morbius, next installment in the Sony Marvel universe. So this one is actually okay. Michael Morbius is a character you actually want to root for, and you want to see him progress. They never quite say which disability he has, but it kind of confuses me in the way that in order for him to stay alive, he constantly needs a blood transfusion. I think they said 3 times a day in the movie. He wants to find a cure using vampire bats, and he does that. And he knows that vampire bats are the only living creature in the world that live off blood. What did he think was going to happen? I only say that because this is a comic book movie. It's not something grounded in fact where an actual Dr. Michael Morbius tried to do this, because it probably wouldn't work and would probably just kill him because you're trying to cross species. I don't know. That's a speculation, but for a comic book movie, what did you think was gonna happen? He doesn't become your typical vampire, even though there's no real typical vampire. It really depends on the lore that you follow, but holy water, garlic, sunlight, stake through the heart, none of that works on him. And well, I would imagine a stake through the heart would still work on him, because I would think he's still mortal. He just heals really fast. But as, like, the only way to kill him... Oh, Silver. I'm sure Silver doesn't work on him either. The take from Blade, he's a daywalker. The antagonist in this movie, I thought was going to be Michael Morbius, battling between consuming human blood and doing the right thing and trying to find a way to reverse what he did to himself. But he has a childhood friend named Lucian, but he calls him Milo, because in the beginning of the movie, they show both of them as children, and Milo comes to the hospital that he's been at for most of his life. Each new kid that becomes his bunkmate, he calls him Milo, because new kids just rotate in and out of there. And he remembers the first new kid next to him was Milo, and he's just been calling Milo ever since. They become best friends. They do show that Lucian has a dark side, a very violent side, because Michael goes off to school, but he leaves him a letter, and there's bullies that try to take the letter from him, and Milo knocks one of them out. And that's like the only darkness that you see from him. Other than that, he just basically is Michael's bank. They never explain how he becomes Michael's bank. Michael also has another doctor assisting him. Her name is... Sorry, I forgot. I'll have to put it in post. But she's a support character. She's good. Everyone's good in this movie. It's just that, I don't know, it's lackluster. It's not bad. It's just kind of boring. You just see Michael Morbius proceed from boy to doctor who's trying to find a cure. He's even created artificial blood, but he still wants to find a cure. They show everything of him becoming a vampire and him struggling. They do have a good struggle of him. What I've become is very bad. I can't be this thing because I don't want to take human life. It's just kind of boring though. Now there was one issue I had going into this movie, and it's from the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler, kind of, sort of. So Adrian Toomes, who was in Spider-Man Homecoming, that universe, having him in the commercials, I was like, which universe is this supposed to be in? Because in the trailers, he mentions Venom, and even like one of the cops that's on the case, he also mentions that thing that happened in San Francisco. So that actually gets answered. Toomes, this part doesn't get answered. This part doesn't make any sense, really. Toomes gets dragged from the Spider-Man universe into the Venom Morbius universe. That is a mid-credit scene. I'm sorry to spoil that for you, but it's in the trailers. They put it in the trailers as a draw, I guess. And I don't know. I guess to have nerds like me speculate, like, which universe are they in? They're in the Sony universe. They're not in the Disney universe. They do answer that question, but it's still like, why was he dragged into another universe? All the other villains from No Way Home went back to their own universes. I don't know what Sony's doing. I don't think Sony knows what they're doing, but they finally made an okay superhero movie. You could argue all the Spider-Man movies are their movies, but they're part of the MCU, so I don't really give them that much credit in that regard because they've had a lot of help from Disney for Spider-Man. Me, personally, I'll probably never see it again. I saw it in theaters. That's enough for me. If you're curious about it, I would catch it on streaming, but that's about it. Those are my thoughts on Morbius. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what you you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and live your imagination.